Now for something completely different.
Smoke
medical
weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Brian Hoppe and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
What's going on? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. Call the show. I am live on Hoppe TV, which is on my Instagram at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Haven't done this in about a year. And last year when I was doing live videos, my phone didn't sound the best, so it was showing a little bit like this. But now that I got my phone fixed, it should be good to go. 856-49-HOPPE, which me being live on video means that you can call. So my Google Voice is usually just a voicemail that you can reach me at, and I'll play your comment on there. But no. We're also live. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. And one of the biggest crutches that any radio show can ever do is give out the phone number and then read emails at the beginning of the show about how great they are, but never read the ones that are about how bad they are. So we're going to get right into the meat of the content. I am very creeped out for everybody that is offended by the movie Barbie. I'm talking and looking at you, Ben Shapiro. When I look at you, I have to look down on you, literally and figuratively. You're a little bitch, bro. That is the weirdest thing ever, to hate on the movie Barbie. I don't get it whatsoever. Every single person out there that's hating on the movie Barbie, you're either in the closet, you're angry sexually, you're mad about something in your life, and you want to have outrage. There are things to be outraged about, like the politicians that we elect. There are actual things that are deserving to be outraged about. But being outraged over a movie that I've heard is actually pretty good, maybe you could go and broaden your horizon. Maybe you can go and actually go, wow, this isn't a movie I would see, but I like it. For me, my first experience with that was Legally Blonde. I didn't expect to go in and like the movie, but I think it's phenomenal. All right. And then you also had this other movie. It was the Barbenheimer weekend, with the other movie being Oppenheimer. I love the dad jokes of all the dads in front of the Barbie movie, and they're like, I'm going to see Oppenheimer tonight. Like, we get it. It's funny because you're not going to see Oppenheimer. You're going to see Barbie. I get what you did there.
Happy Hot Topic!
Barbenheimer Mania ruled the box office.
Hi, Ken.
Barbie took the top spot, shattering expectations, raking in $337 million worldwide.
Listen, there was a lot of expectation about this Barbie movie. People were going to say, oh, it's going to be great or whatever. But I don't think anybody in their wildest dream would expect $300 million, $337 million to be exact. That is insanity.
Expectations, raking in $337 million worldwide, making it the biggest opening of the year. And the atomic bomb thriller Oppenheimer came in second, taking in $174 million globally.
There's a certain way that TV shows and movies film things that I would really like the way they film Sopranos, The Wire, Sons of Anarchy, Boardwalk Empire, Power. Oppenheimer kind of has that visual effect, so I'm going to probably go see it when it's on Apple TV.
The studios really leaned into the both movies coming out on the same weekend. Instead of turning it into a complete competition, they said, let's love each other back.
Of course they're going to want to get along. The people that are going to see Barbie, like the true demographic of Barbie, I don't even know if they would even know what an Oppenheimer is. So that was very smart on Oppenheimer's part to go, hey, we have really no shot So let's enjoy this attention. Because let's be real. If it wasn't for the Barbie movie, nobody would be talking about Oppenheimer. People would go see it, but nobody would be talking about it.
And they made it into an event.
Before the actors' strike, Margot Robbie was traveling the globe promoting the movie in iconic Barbie dresses. There's Enchanted Evening Barbie, Pink and Fabulous Barbie, Solo in the Spotlight Barbie, and of course, Original Barbie.
I think it's because I'm a heterosexual man that identifies as a heterosexual man, he/him, whatever. But I just don't get Barbie because I'm not a girl. So it's so fascinating to see all these people so excited to look at Barbie, and I'm like, I can't relate. To me, it'd be the equivalent to the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon. Not the one from 03, that's okay. The 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon is probably the best cartoon of all time. Hands down. I love that late 80s, early 90s animation. But the thing is, kids these days don't know about that show. And kids these days, I feel like people were at one time thinking that like toys and that the Barbie doll was going to die or whatever, and it never really did. I mean, if you think about it, because you look at a lot of things that are out there that are getting replaced, and dolls are not one of them, because between the age of 1 to 5, when your brain is not really processed, it's what you want to play with. You know what I mean? I see this headline right here, and this headline, man, I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, Kevin Costner, we've never met him. We don't know him. But he is getting screwed over both financially and literally, but not in a sexual way, by his ex-wife.
The plot thickens with the Kevin Costner divorce. His estranged wife, Christine Baumgartner, is in Hawaii right now on the Big Island at a swanky resort.
All right.
And she is there with actually a group of people, one of whom is a very good friend of Kevin's.
That's not a friend then. If your homie is out and about hooking up with your recently ex-wife, and the divorce isn't even final, I would block that dude, I would ghost that dude, and never talk to that dude again. That dude ain't your homie.
Is this where the music comes in? Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that's what some people think.
Because you would seem that way. So, yes, the gentleman, his name is Josh Connor. He is a very successful...
He's a billionaire.
Wealthy, successful and wealthy financier.
Oh, so there's a little bit of a, what is it? Coincidence on the part of Kevin Costner's talentless loser ex-wife. And what is that coincidence? What is that thing she's really into? Men with money. I love how she goes from Kevin Costner and she's like, oh, I need all this money from you. And then all of a sudden she's dating a billionaire because it's probably not even that much for her. I feel like in some points, when there's a divorce, the woman asks for way too much and probably doesn't need that much money. But I think Kevin Costner's ex-wife probably spends and has so many monthly things she does that she actually needs it and is probably broke even with the money she's going to be getting from Kevin per month because she's dating a billionaire. You look at people like Tom Brady's ex-wife, Giselle, and that dated people that weren't as rich because they were confident. Kevin Costner's ex-wife is a gold-digging loser with nothing going on. So then she's seen with a billionaire? Come on now. You just can't trust women all the time. For the most part, you can. But man... once the breakup happens, everything is cool. But if I'm Kevin, I'm never talking to that dude again.
Lives very close to the Costner estate in the Santa Barbara area.
Yep.
And they've known, she's known him, and Kevin has known him for years.
Right. Their kids have played together, grown up.
He's known her for years, Kevin Costner's quote-unquote friend and this ex-wife. You know what that is short for? They've been banging for years, and Kevin was oblivious. And they were just waiting for the right moment for the divorce to happen. Or plan B, which I hope they're using. We don't need any more kids. But for plan B, idea number 2 in this situation, I think also he might have been waiting at the finish line. Like, he saw that Kevin's marriage wasn't going well. He saw that things weren't the best. And he was like, hey, I'll be around to take you out on vacations and make sure you don't spend a dime. All we need is sex every night.
Up together. And
we should say he was recently divorced, I believe, in 2021.
Yes.
So they're 2 recently divorced losers. And I'm not saying a divorce makes you a loser, but I'm just saying they're imbeciles. They're midlife crisis. Oh my God, let's date and have sex and piss off our exes.
So he's been divorced. Christine now going through a divorce. And so they're all over there. And when you hear that he's friends with Kevin, we know what everyone thinks.
We think that he's banging her. What do you think, Charles? What does that even mean? Tell me. That makes no sense. We know what we're going to in our mind.
And when you hear that he's friends with Kevin, we know what everyone thinks. But we are told by people close to both Josh and Christine, this is a friendly vacation. Like we said, they're
real friendly. They just grab brunch in the morning after banging each other out till 4 in the morning.
There are other people who are there with them. And
now we should also say there have been rumblings,
whenever a news reporter tells you there's been rumblings, it means it's been happening low key for a while. So when a person goes, oh, there's been rumblings, they've been having sex since March.
Which is why this became a story. There were rumblings in the Santa Barbara area by some, but ours...
Oh, you know, in Los Angeles, especially those cities like Santa Barbara where they're not that big, but they're big at the same time. Oh my God. You know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that everybody was talking about Kevin Costner.
Sources connected to both Christine and Josh say not so, that they are
romance.
Just friends, and that's the way it is.
Friends with benefits. Which the friends with benefits relationship is quite possibly one that is never, ever discussed. I've always found friends with benefits to be fascinating because there's a shelf life to it. You're either recently from a breakup or you've been single for a while and like you just don't know if you want to settle down or not, but you like the girl and the thought of her banging other people is weird. Like the friends with benefits thing is bizarre and I feel like it's something we don't talk about. I do remember like in 2011, there was the short-lived Friends with Benefits sitcom on NBC that did not do well. And during the summer, back in the early 2010s, late 2000s, I didn't really do much during the summer because my house was not very big. So it was very hard for me to sneak out. So during the summer on NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox, the 4 networks I did get, and the CW, rest in peace, UPN, I would get the same TV shows that were shown during the year, and they would just repeat during the summer, or they would show a failed sitcom that was on for like 4 episodes. So that was my whole life in the early 2010s. Everybody else was out and about partying, and I was watching short-lived sitcoms. This next headline to me is one that's a little grotesque, because it's about pornography and the fact that I've watched everybody in this situation have sex. Because I'm a very open book on this show. I have absolutely nothing to hide. I think the whole world has access to know anything about me. So I pretty much have nothing to hide when I tell you that I've watched Adam 22's pornos before. Now, if you don't know who Adam 22 is, the official title on his Wikipedia is Tastemaker. But he's this dude with face tattoos. And when I say that, I'm not saying all dudes with face tattoos are scumbags, but Adam 22 just is the stereotypical scumbag with face tattoos. And he's this famous DMXer from the 2000s, and he got accused of like raping girls that were underage, and he wrote blogs about it, making fun of it, that have since been deleted. And there's rumors that he flew to Canada to have sex with a girl who is 16 because it's legal up there. It's all the gossip you get when you go on Reddit. Well, he does the No Jumper podcast, which is the one from 3 years ago that interviewed those girls that had that gangbang with the Phoenix Suns. Remember that? Everybody was in a row. Which I'm just a one-on-one guy, unless it's a threesome. But having any other dude there, I'm good. But that's a side note. Remember the girl that did the OnlyFans page and she was on that show? That was Adam22. It's the No Jumper podcast. He interviews rappers and these like criminals and whatever. And he also makes porn with his wife, Lena the Plug, who is so hot. And the universe did this blessing. I've wanted to watch her content, but the problem is you see Adam having sex and he's like, oh, like, you know, when you're watching an adult film and the dude wants everybody to know that he's there. He's like, oh yeah. It's the worst. Well, Adam22 has been making films with his wife and banging like all the girls in porn that are her friend, and she's been getting annoyed about it. There have been TikToks over the past 2 years where she goes, when you have sex with my friends, that's okay, but when I do, I'm a slut. So for like 2 years, I've seen this pent-up energy between Lena the Plug and Adam22, two complete imbeciles that I will probably never meet, but it's been fascinating. So last week, she made her first film without Adam22 with this guy named Jason Love. He's this big black guy. And oh my God, in the video, you can totally tell, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, because I am the authority on all things pornography and I have no shame with it. I'll be honest. I've watched a lot in the last 15 years. And you could tell there were a few things that I gathered during my time of pleasure. The first one was the fact that he was really trying to piss off Adam22. Jason Love was. He's banging her, he's putting in effort. Because you got to remember, Adam's the guy. So when Jason was there, it was all this excitement. And then, how do I keep this radio friendly? At the end of the video, let's just say if they don't take the Plan B pill, or Lena's not on the pill, or Jason didn't get a vasectomy, she could have a kid with Jason. That's all I'm going to say. And to me, that was the most disrespectful part of the whole film. So Adam22 has been getting clowned. He's not the first media member in the podcast and radio world to be a cuck. But at least he wasn't, never mind. So what I'm saying is this. Jason Love wants to fight Adam22. And Jason Love would beat his ass. First, he had sex with his girl properly, and then he would beat Adam's ass. So Adam says that boxing Jason Love is not worth his time, which he's pretty much saying, I don't want to get my ass beat. Because on Adam's podcast, all he's done is bash people and exploit people. So when the attention goes back to him, which that's something I've learned in radio and the podcast world. When you have the big dog in the room, they can throw all the shots they want at anybody and everybody. But when one of the underlings throws a shot, no, you're screwed. So that's sort of the Adam22 mindset. Here he is in Hollywood. TMZ caught up with him, and they talk about a potential boxing match.
Well, what's your status with, I hate to bring him up again, but Jason Love? Currently, after, I know you had said what you said.
No, yeah, you know that Jason Love guy that properly had sex with your girl and is probably hooking up with her while you're walking around looking all like a loser?
I mean, I've dissed him a bunch in the media and stuff.
He's trying to sound so tough, Adam22. I dissed him, man. Did you hear me diss him on my podcast where I have a bunch of psychophants that kiss my ass because they want to be famous?
Him a bunch in the media and stuff because I was pissed off about what he said, but then he's been doing media and stuff, and I've been checking his social media.
Yeah. Adam just told us everything about this situation.
And I've been checking his social media.
He's been checking his social media. And what that means is he's obsessed with Jevin. He's obsessed with Jason Love. He hates that Jason Love did it properly. He hates that everybody's enjoying the Jason Love tape more. So he's looking at the profile going, what am I doing as a man that I can't provide to my girl? You know that's going on because Adam 22 is a sociopath. So for people out there, Google him and you'll be like, oh my God, please don't date my daughter.
And I haven't seen him say anything back to me, so I don't really know how he took it or if he's upset about it or what his mentality is.
Well, listen, in this kind of celebrity 2023 world, there's like all these celebrity boxing matches. I mean, maybe settle it up.
I
don't want to get my ass kicked because I'm good at exploiting girls with daddy issues behind a microphone. But being an actual man and getting into a fight isn't really my thing. By the way, shout out to Eric Nagel, the best podcast out there and the top 5 radio producers of all time. He produced the Opie and Anthony show and he's watching my live feed. What up, Eric?
The problem with that is that I asked somebody that I know who's like pretty high up in the influencer boxing world. I'm like, how much do you think I could get for this? And
yeah. You hear he's trying to say Logan Paul, but he doesn't want to say Logan Paul Jake Paul. He's like, somebody really up there in the influencer boxing world. Who else would it be then?
The influencer boxing world. I'm like, how much do you think I could get for this? And he said like a couple $100,000. I mean, after the last couple of months of my life, a couple $100,000 don't really scratch the surface. And
Oh, yeah. After I've made all this money exploiting my family. Shut up. What a scumbag. And he's such an elitist, too. Because you got to remember, anybody that's watching a hip-hop podcast called No Jumper, like including myself, doesn't have an insane amount of money, so you would want to be like more relatable and take the $200,000 and $300,000 and give it to a charity or something. But $200,000, $300,000, I'm good. Whatever, I don't need it. I'm good.
And with Jason Love, it's like he's making hella money off OnlyFans. Yeah. I feel like me and him doing that.
You guys are
whatever. Why have an entertaining fight? Because he doesn't want to get his ass kicked. Because Adam 22 is a punk ass bitch.
On a different course right now.
It would have to really make sense, especially because if I get my hands on him, he's not going to be shooting any porn for a while because,
Why? You're going to go down on him and bite it? What does that even mean? Not going to be shooting porn for a while. After you quote unquote beat his ass, your girl is going to give him a bang to make him feel better. What does that even mean?
Hands on him, he's not going to be shooting any porn for a while.
You can't say that and then not fight the guy. I'm going to put my hands on him, but I'm not because I'm afraid of it. What a bitch Adam 22 is.
Because, these hands are actually registered with the LAPD, and he don't want this shit colliding with his face.
Yeah, the LAPD probably has your fingerprints from when you were banging underage girls. Not because you're a tough guy, Adam 22, because you're a predator and an imbecile. God, I don't like him. People might go, Hoppe, are you jealous? No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just, he's not talented. At least, you can say what you want about Howard Stern or Bubba or Jerry Springer, all these radio guys, Opie and Anthony from back in the day that were really dirty, but they were funny. There's nothing funny about Adam 22. Oh, with these hands, I'll jerk off to it. Never mind.
Welcome back to Wheel Up Salary Negotiations, starring Vanna White. And we'd like to solve the puzzle. Here's a little more money, so sign your damn contract already!
So Vanna White is getting a little bit closer to her payday on Wheel of Fortune. She has hammered out a deal for the celebrity version of Wheel of Fortune.
Because her deal on that show was up.
Yes, and while Vanna's getting a raise for the celebrity edition, the syndicated version is where she really wants to win fabulous cash and prizes!
Listen to me. And listen careful, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery. Women are incredibly underpaid. There's recent reports that even though women are being paid at an all-time high, that it's very low. You know, there's one woman out there who is not underpaid, and that is Vanna White. We don't even know what really happens when Vanna White presses that screen. We're pretty much sure that that's done by a computer. She's a model who made it big in the 80s, and this idea, well, Pat Sajak makes 4 to 5 times more than her. Yeah, Pat Sajak may be a boring boomer with no real personality, but he's having to host a show and talk to people from Fargo and Wichita, Kansas. There's talent there. Vanna White, I'm not saying she's not talented, but yeah, when you make 1/4 or 1/5 of the host, you contribute 1/4 or 1/5 of the impact of the show. It goes like this. Honestly, some of the people that are on the show should be paid. The people that are spinning the wheel, they can sometimes be funnier or more likable or smarter than her. I'm not saying she's dumb, but even the people that are visiting the show are better than you. This whole thing, oh, because I'm a woman, I'm underpaid. No. You're perfectly fine at $250,000. That's a lot of money, you out-of-touch elitist.
Remember, she is asking for half of what Pat Sajak makes. He makes $15 million, she makes $3 million.
She wants half of what Pat makes, but she doesn't even contribute half the effort. What does she do? She presses a screen. Oh, wow. Pressing a screen. Wow. If that's the case, every single person that has an iPhone should be paid $250,000 a year because you're pressing a screen. What does she add? Tell me. 856-49-HOPPY. What does she possibly add? Am I missing it? Because I didn't have cable growing up, so I had to watch it on TV. There was nothing else. Because watching Jeopardy made me feel dumb. But Wheel of Fortune was right up my wheelhouse. No pun intended.
What we're being told is Sony feels that Pat was actually overpaid and shouldn't be making that much.
Yeah, you know, Pat Sajak comes from that era of boomers being overpaid and boomers not knowing how to manage their money and boomers ruining everything. So they were like, how do we not pay him as much?
Since Vanna's people don't want to use Pat as a benchmark, they suggested to Sony,
why don't we bring a third party in who really understands the game show landscape? And
what game show landscape? A graveyard? I'm not saying game shows aren't cool, but besides Jeopardy, there's really no landscape. Because that implies that people care about them. And if people do, they're at least the youngest year they were born in is 1970.
And let that person say, okay, based on everything we know, here's what Vanna White should be making.
I don't care anymore. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. What the hell is going on with Tiffany Haddish and Common?
Tiffany Haddish is sharing emotional new insight into her personal life.
Emotional insight are all the beans because she's jaded about the breakup and she's angry, so she wants to ruin the man. The personal breakups don't need to be told to anybody. Who cares? It's not that riveting. Wow, a relationship ended, Tiffany. Wow. You're one of the millions that goes through a breakup every day. Wow. So riveting. Make a good movie.
Tiffany Haddish is sharing emotional new insight into her personal life. In a wide-ranging new interview with the Washington Post, the 43-year-old actress revealed she recently experienced her 8th miscarriage, telling the outlet,
well, that's gotta ruin you as a person.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. This would be my 8th miscarriage. I've got a uterus shaped like a heart. It just won't keep anything in. Tiffany also explained why she kept her experience private until now, adding, I don't want people saying, are you okay? Are you all right? Like a wounded animal. I just rather go in a cave by myself, like my wounds.
So she's heard about life and takes it out by announcing how she broke up with Common, which we'll get to in a second. Just because life has been hard on you doesn't mean diddly squat. I'm not saying I don't feel bad for her, but what we're about to find out is indefensible.
Elsewhere in the article, the Haunted Mansion star also opened up about her breakup with rapper Common, reminiscing on the good things about the relationship, telling the outlet, it was the healthiest, the funnest relationship I've ever had. It's where I felt safest out of all the relationships I've ever had. But she then claimed that he broke up with her over the phone after distancing himself.
Like a pimp.
Recalling of the breakup, it wasn't mutual. It was more him saying, I think this relationship has run its course. And I was like, okay, like you gonna be a 50-year-old single man? Okay.
Whoa, what a bird! A handsome 50-year-old that looks like he's 35 that can get any girl he wants. You want to be a single 50-year-old or waste your whole life dating someone you don't really love? Whoa. What a passive-aggressive insult. You're talking about yourself. It should say, like, I'm going to be a 50-year-old single woman?
The 51-year-old rapper was reportedly unavailable for comment when contacted by the Post.
Here's what happens, because I have a little bit of experience. When somebody talks about your breakup publicly, you know what happens? You don't respond. You let it die down. So when Common's not responding, because he's busy getting laid to somebody else and going, oh yeah, Tiffany's living in the past. Because when you trash your ex publicly, you're just living in the past,
Twitter
man.
users...
856-49-HOPPY. I did not mean to play that over this.
Twitter users are waking up to find that little blue bird has flown the coop. Owner Elon Musk changed the iconic bird logo to the letter X. It happened.
Everybody was angry on Twitter this morning. You changed the logo to an X. Then I saw people trying to make punny one-liners about like an ex-girlfriend. I'm going to have to see an X. It was very weird. Here's what I'm saying. The thing is, as lame as Twitter is getting, it's so much better than Threads. People that don't like Elon Musk, the liberals, are going on Threads and telling you that it's a good app. It's not a good app. There's nothing good about Threads. It's terrible. It's showing me people that I'm not following, which Twitter does for the For You page. But then I'm also seeing like everybody from Facebook. Twitter's the select radio and sports that I want to see. Maybe it's like an old man on the front lawn thing, you know, and Twitter's that version. Twitter's my newspaper, but I'm just not really into it.
This morning, he'd posted a short video of a flickering X yesterday. Then overnight, he tweeted an image of the X projected onto the Twitter headquarters. The logo swap is the latest change since Musk bought Twitter last year.
Well, he does know how to project, so him projecting things is not a surprise.
Dangerous heat wave.
856-49-HOPPY. I have to get better at these transitions.
Dangerous heat wave and, of course, unrelenting grip on the country. We've been experiencing this. Nearly a third of the U.S. population now under heat alerts, dealing with sweltering temperatures.
Really?
The ABC Newses of the world have to be so happy that there is the heat wave going on because it gives them something to talk about every single day. I'm not saying it's not worth talking about every single day, but we get it. It's hot out. I work outside. I know.
Really just unbelievable. The excessive heat that won't let up, leading to some serious problems, as you can imagine. And not only here in the U.S., but also across the pond in Europe. Samara joins us with a look at the scorching temperatures and whether there is any relief in sight. Samara.
The relief will be the negative 20-degree winter, because that's how our planet is now. It's either negative 20 degrees and frigid or hot. I'll take hot any day.
Good morning.
Good morning, Janae.
People that think they like cold weather better are homebodies that don't mind leaving. If you're an active person and you're not like an introvert that wants to be at home all day, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in the cold weather, and I'm not talking about Seattle cold, I'm not experienced that where you can go outside. When you're in Chicago or God forbid Cleveland and it's like 5 degrees out, you can't go outside. When it's hot out, you can take your shirt off. You know what I'm saying?
Good morning.
Good morning, Janae. You know, the heat is not backing off. In the Southwest, from Las Vegas tying another daily high record to El Paso, sitting at triple-digit temperatures for...
That is concerning. I'm not saying that global warming's real or not because I don't know much about it. But when you see that happening, ladies and gentlemen, that there's record highs every single day, I don't know if our planet is getting closer to the sun, but something's happening. And B, I bet whenever all the planets get drunk, they're like, man, Earth is effing up right now.
For 36 days. The longevity is what makes this heat so dangerous, and it's not showing any signs of letting up. This morning, millions of Americans enduring record-setting temperatures. The searing heat waves ripple from coast to coast. 90 million people under heat alerts now stretching from California to Florida.
And then the best part is Duke Energy's love this. Here comes the money, 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 screwing over everybody that's underpaid and just paying their bills. Duke Energy loves it because the bill this summer for me, oh my God.
With triple-digit temperatures across much of the Southwest. In Arizona, Phoenix soaring to 117 degrees, extending its record-shattering heat wave.
And the other problem for me is I sweat so easily that if I'm working outside for one of the promotion gigs or whatnot, I am drenched in sweat.
Now 22 straight days with heat at or above 110.
Oh, whatever. 856, I've lost touch. 49 Hoppe with caring about that. It's 856-494-6773. Speaking of someone that's a little bit out of touch with the world, Tom Brady.
Are Tom Brady and Arena Shayk Hollywood's hottest new couple?
Yeah, I bet Giselle doesn't care at all.
Things are reportedly heating up between the retired NFL icon and the supermodel after photos obtained by multiple outlets appeared to show the pair spending the weekend together, with Tom seemingly caressing Arena's face as they rode through Los Angeles in his Rolls-Royce.
She's like a younger Giselle, which is what usually happens.
A source tells TMZ that Tom picked Arena up from the Hotel Bel Air and brought her to his house on Friday, and paparazzi spotted them again the next day.
Yeah, that's what happened. He slept over. They had a lot of sex. And the thing that any guy goes through, at least me personally, but I'm sure many men go through this. Many men wish death upon me. When you're hooking up with girls after your breakup, it's kind of weird at first because it's like some of the moves you used to do or whatnot, the other girl might not be into. And then there's this moment where you're like, this isn't my ex. What am I? I'm having sex with someone new. So I wonder if Tom Brady's having that where it's like, she's not Giselle. She's not a missionary queen that's uptight and thinks she's better than me because she makes more money than me.
Access Hollywood has reached out to Tom and Arena's teams for comment. The stars are said to have attended the same high-profile wedding just last month, and Arena's rep shut down a tabloid report that the runway queen had pursued Tom at the event.
Of course he pursued Tom. I'm this runaway model that no one really knows who I am. I look like any hot chick that puts on a lot of makeup at the gym but doesn't really work out. Hey, Tom Brady, you're like rich and famous. Can we have sex a lot so I can be famous? Let's be honest here. Irina Shayk? Has anybody been talking about her back even in January? Oh my God. You know who's really pretty and talented? Irina Shayk. I want to just follow her. Come on now. She's a clout chaser.
Telling the Daily Mail at the time that the rumor was, quote, completely false, totally malicious, and a fictional account of the evening.
It seems possible, though, because there's this thing in the Tom Brady-Giselle relationship that nobody talks about. And I actually kind of got in trouble for talking about it when I worked in sports radio. It's this. The timeline of Giselle and Tom Brady. Oh, I'm sure when Tom Brady first began dating Giselle 16 years ago, he was officially divorced from Bridget Moynihan. Like the divorce papers or the breakup line, we're breaking up, happened. And then he went, I'm going to begin having sex with Giselle Bundchen, who is a lot younger and prettier than. I'm not saying she's not pretty now. But what I'm saying is there was no cheating there. So when they have these other reports, maybe Tom Brady does that.
Rumor was, quote, completely false, totally malicious, and a fictional account of the evening. The latest news comes 9 months after Tom and ex-wife Giselle Bundchen announced their divorce. The former couple were married for 13 years and share 2 children. Tom is also dad to son Jack with Bridget Moynihan.
Yeah. Remember Bridget Moynihan? Oh my God. She was such a beautiful MILF in, I almost said Golden Girls, not sure why, Blue Bloods. Oh my God. The way she would scold Tom Selleck at those dinners. Remember when they would have that dinner and be all the characters from Blue Bloods? I don't know. Did you watch it? I did.
Arena and former beau Bradley Cooper are co-parents to 6-year-old daughter Leah.
All right. I sincerely don't care anymore. But yeah, you know, Tom Brady is having that moment where he's banging Irina and he's like, "You're not Giselle. You're not Giselle. You're actually putting in effort." You know, she doesn't seem like she'd be that much fun. I'm sure Tom Brady's very like not a giver. I can see Tom Brady being like, "I'm Tom Brady. You should be so honored to have sex with me." Because there's one thing that I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, it doesn't matter if you're the greatest NFL player of all time. It doesn't matter if you're a nobody from the NFL. Whenever you hang around NFL players, there's this energy of, oh my God, you should be so blessed and so honored to be in my presence because I played football and I have CTE. You should be so honored and grateful that you're in the same room as me. And I get that vibe from Tom Brady. You know, that when he's hooking up with a girl, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to lay here. You can do all the work because I played in the NFL, bro. So cool. There's this controversial opinion I have, and it's that Matt Rife is hilarious. All these ugly, small D energy dudes, the same ones that don't like Pete Davidson, are hating on Matt Rife, and all the other comedians that aren't as famous. So pretty much he had a sold-out tour in like 5 minutes online and shut down Ticketmaster. And I didn't know who Matt Rife was. And everyone's like, who is Matt Rife? And he's this handsome, gorgeous, and I'm heterosexual, but he is a handsome cat, and he's funny, and he's a pretty good comedian, and he has a girlfriend, and right now I'm recording at 7:45 p.m. and 7/24/2023. Yeah, they'll be broken up in about 2 years.
Comedian Matt Rife's career has really taken off recently, and it looks like his love life may have gotten a boost too. But just who is this woman he's been linked to? Matt Rife was romantically linked to Kate Beckinsale beginning in June 2017. But
hell yeah, bro! You were linked to Kate Beckinsale when you weren't famous? I mean, we all know that Kate Beckinsale is a cougar, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And let me tell you, when you're in your 20s, cougars just take over your life, man. Nothing is better than having an occasional cougar to hook up with. And you know, Matt Rife was all about it. Oh, you gotta love the cougar. God bless him. The only time it gets weird when you're around a cougar is when they go, oh my God, I graduated high school in 1993. And then you're laying there and you're like, I was born in 93. And then there's that moment you realize that the woman's 30 years older than you, but you don't care because you have Kleenex next to you and she's a cougar. I'm having way too fun with the sound effect machine, which is YouTube.
But the two had broken up by August of that year, a source told Us Weekly. The source explained they went on a couple of fun dates. It fizzled out weeks ago.
They went on a couple of dates. They went to the movies and to a bar and had sex. That's what a couple of dates is. They hooked up here. Maybe she gave him, you know what I'm saying.
Rife was seen with the Pearl Harbor star in 2018 at an outing to a Dave Chappelle performance, people reported. But that was the last time they were spotted together. In a June 2023 interview with Elite Daily, Rife opened up about not having a significant other because of his busy schedule.
That's smart, because you saw what happened with Dalton Gomez, and I almost said Selena Gomez. That would be a funny couple. Dalton Gomez and Ariana Grande, the schedule ruins it. Whenever your schedule doesn't align and you're dating, just end a relationship already.
He said, I just don't have time. I'm on the brink of being sick almost every day. Not in a cold kind of way, but just being run down. I sleep probably 3 hours a night, maybe.
I'm good. Like, I know the rich and elite get like 2 hours of sleep, but hearing that he gets 3 hours of sleep and is doing comedy, yeah, you're going to burn out at some point, homie.
And then I've got basically at least 2 shows every night. I'd say 6 days a week at least. A more recent report, however, is saying that Rife's love life has taken a new turn. Specifically, sources told Page 6 in July 2023 that Rife is dating actor Jessica Lord. The pair has been spending quality time together amid Rife's hectic tour schedule, the outlet notes. In addition, the sources shared that Rife had briefly dated another actor, Lucy Hale, before starting to see Lord more recently.
So Lucy was kind of like the girl that's like, hey man, I'm just not for you. I like to sleep around.
Some of Lord's roles include portraying the character Lola in the Canadian TV series The Next Step. She
I love that show. Never heard of it.
also appeared on an episode of Ransom in 2019, as well as an episode of the Party of Five reboot in 2020.
All right, so she's been in a lot of things. We should be proud of her. Good job, Matt. I'm proud of you. Why am I proud of you? Not just because you're hooked up with Kate Beckinsale, but you're dating women that bring you value. You're dating women that have money, that have things going on. Because, Matt Rife, when you're a public figure, brah, you can't be dating the fans. Because they're only with you for the attention. And once the attention goes away, because he was dating Kate Beckinsale the few weeks they dated, Matt Rife, in 2017. And that was 6 years ago. Oh, my God. And he was 21 then. He should have just retired from life then. Not kill himself, but just retire. My man hooked up with Kate Beckinsale at age 21. God bless the Cougars, bro. God bless the Cougars. Without them, we wouldn't be able to have sex with older women. 856-49-HOPPY.
Hey guys, it's Allie for Hollywood Life. But before we get into all of the new songs of summer, we have to send out condolences to the loved ones of the legendary Tony Bennett, as the jazz sensation passed away at age 96.
It's really sad, like, everybody's going to die. But when you see Tony Bennett died, you just think he's going to live forever because he's Tony Bennett. I've never heard a Tony Bennett song, but he's Tony Bennett, you know? Like, he's Tony.
The incomparable star died in his hometown of New York City after a battle with Alzheimer's and is survived by his wife, Susan Crowe, and
maybe it was like 10 years ago, but I feel like I was just seeing him perform. I know he did some things with Lady Gaga, but I didn't know he had Alzheimer's.
4 children. His publicist confirmed the news to the Associated Press, revealing he passed just 2 weeks short of his birthday.
I wonder if he created content. Tony Bennett did. Because I feel like in the 2010s, you saw a lot of him, and you saw him in the 2000s. Like, they saw there was precursor to Alzheimer's. So he's like, let me pump out as much content as possible, because very soon I'm not going to be able to.
The world of music certainly will not be the same without him. Now, Travis Scott has presumably released the first single off his upcoming album, Utopia, featuring The Weeknd and Bad Bunny, called K.
Oh, I thought Travis Scott was going to name a song called I Like to Watch My Fans Die because I'm a sociopath and I'm a mumble rapper.
Released the first single off his upcoming album, Utopia, featuring The Weeknd and Bad Bunny, called K-Pop. Fans are obviously pointing out that Trav linked up with fellow Kardashian beau Bad Bunny for the single, while others are just loving it for the trifecta of talent on the track. While there's no references directly to the Puerto Rican star's current girlfriend, Kendall Jenner, or Travis's ex, Kylie Jenner, the guys do rap about jet-setting romances with high-profile women.
Yeah, rappers talking about having sex with women on jet sets never happened.
Have you listened to K-pop yet? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Zayn also makes his big return to the music world today, releasing his first song in 2 years.
Zayn just seems like someone that takes a lot of pills. He just seems like a pillhead.
The sensual single, titled Love Like This, dropped at midnight on Zayn's new label, featuring his new sound and new approach to music. In addition to the song, he treated fans with a music video as well, and in it, he romances with a stylish blonde model who resembles none other than his ex, Gigi Hadid.
That's the most unhealthy things that celebrities do, is they start dating people that look like their exes. Not a good look.
The song is a major departure from his sound of his previous eras and hits like Pillow Talk and I Don't Want to Live Forever. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
I don't care.
We are raving over the new song of summer, Britney Spears' Mind Your Business with will.i.am.
No, the song of the summer is Popular by The Weeknd, Madonna, and Playboi Carti. Oh, because it's Britney Spears, we're going to automatically say it's the song of the summer. It sounds like every other Britney Spears song, which, if you're a Britney Spears fan and she's one of the biggest artists ever, let me tell you, you probably like it because all the songs sound the same, but it sounds like every other song. And the Free Britney movement can kiss my ass. Why are you guys talking about her? She's free. You guys are like, we're so much better than the paparazzi that are covering her. No, you're not. When she went off of social media, you were debating about where she went. That was the same thing as the paparazzi. You have no clout. You're a bunch of losers that have to cover somebody to feel important. It's a cult.
The pop princess released her second song post-conservatorship with her longtime collaborator will.i.am, getting together for the first time since their 2013 hit Scream and Shout for the new jam.
Britney Spears and the Free Britney movement and the Britney bitch and all the fans she has, it's kind of like the MAGA culture. And I'm not getting political because I have not voted in 11 years. And the one swear I'll say today, even though it's a podcast, I can give a fucking shit less about politics. I don't care. But the diehard fandom for MAGA and having a Let's Go Brandon bumper sticker and that same energy goes to Britney Spears and her fans. It's the Gen Z version of MAGA is Britney Spears.
Pete Davidson has struck a deal in his reckless driving case. The Saturday Night Live comedian has been placed on an 18-month diversion program. He will serve 50 hours of community service, which may take place in New York, and has been ordered to attend 12 hours of traffic school. A spokesperson for the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office confirmed to NBC News.
Community service is going to be pretty fun for him because he's doing it at a firehouse. But oh my God, that 12 hours of class is the worst.
The 29-year-old was previously charged with...
Because a lot of times when you do those classes, they know if you exit out of the window, and then you got to take the test and pay attention. Oh, it's the worst.
The 29-year-old was previously charged with 1 count of reckless driving in June after allegedly crashing his car into a Beverly Hills, California home with girlfriend Chase Suey Wonders in the passenger seat.
She's like, P, slow down. I know you're a little hyper because I just gave you roadhead, but relax.
On March 4th, TMZ reported that Pete was behind the wheel when his car lost control, hit a fire hydrant, and ultimately ran into a nearby residence.
You know, the house is like, oh my God, there's a car crash. And then they're like, oh my God, it's Pete Davidson. And the reaction was either of love or hate. Because that's just kind of the way Pete Davidson is. You either love him or you hate him because you're just jealous of his success.
Lieutenant Chris Coulter of the Beverly Hills Police Department confirmed to Access Hollywood at the time that a car did collide with a fire hydrant in the neighborhood around 11 p.m. and that an investigation was ongoing. There were no injuries and no arrests had been made.
He is so lucky that there were no injuries. That's probably why he's not really getting that much of a slap on the wrist.
Coulter told Access. In June, news broke that Pete had reportedly checked into rehab. Here's everything you need to know about what went down.
Okay, I don't really care because he went to rehab. Or I don't care that he went to rehab. But here's the thing. He went to rehab for his mental health. I'm not saying his mental health is not good, but I wonder. This is just a little conspiracy I have. Just a little idea. Hear me out. They're going, okay, they're about to let us know what's going to happen with your court case. If you say that you need to go to a mental hospital or go to rehab rather for mental health, they might not give you as many community service hours because they see that you're working on your mental health and that you're trying, you know. If you agree with me, that's cool. If you don't, I don't care. What the hell's going on with, oh my God, Machine Gun Kelly? When I worked on that Cleveland radio show that has a boner for a logo, I hung out with Machine Gun Kelly for about an hour. And let me tell you, there's 2 versions of him. The Cleveland Till I Die version, and then this guy.
Oof. All right, well, new details are emerging about the recent Machine Gun Kelly altercation that caused Megan Fox to get slammed into a barricade during a visit at the Orange County Fair. TMZ initially reported that the pair were exiting a ride when a guy took a swing at MGK.
I'm going to get into a fight at the OC Fair because I'm Machine Gun Kelly and nothing says tough like wearing pink, having hair that makes you look goofy, and fighting people at a fair at the Orange County Fair. Tough guy. Oh my God, can I be as cool as you? When I hung out with MGK for an hour on the Boner Morning Show. He literally was chill as hell. I'm not saying that. How do I word this? Maybe he is the guy that would get into a fight Maybe he is a guy that would get into a fight because he is from Cleveland and he's got that rugged attitude. He's got that mindset, that thing Cleveland has where it's like, Ohio against the world, Cleveland till I die, where they want to fight everything. So that's probably what it is. It's his inner Cleveland.
However, a new video of the incident indicates that it appears to have been MGK who threw the first punch, while
That's very Cleveland.
Megan got caught up in the scuffle after the rapper's bodyguard pushed his alleged attacker backwards.
All right, I can't play this because of copyright, but MGK gets into fights. Man, what are we going to do with him? He's crazy, brah. He's nuts. He got into a fight right next to where you can get cotton candy. If that doesn't say tough guy, like getting into a fight at the fair, watch out. He'll punch you by the place that tells you how old they are, but when you bring your grandma, they're like, oh, are you 27? You know when you go to the fair? Yeah. MGK, tough guy.
I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through.
Jamie Foxx speaking out about his recent hospitalization.
I've been lucky, and you never know what the future's going to be, but I stay honest with it.
The actor, who faced an undisclosed health scare in April, assures fans he's on the mend, sharing a 3-minute video to Instagram on Saturday.
I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well, but I'm coming back, and I'm able to work.
He thanks fans for all the support he's gotten since facing the medical condition and explains why he waited until now to open up about the frightening experience.
And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man.
Good. We need Jamie Foxx in this world. One of the most underrated songs of all time has to be Unpredictable with him and Snoop Dogg. Oh my God, I've been ranting for 57 minutes in a row without a commercial break, but I just wanted to entertain you folks, and we got a good response on Hoppe TV. To all the people that are wanting to do a Facebook Live with me, just message me. I'll do a FaceTime with you, but I'm doing a podcast. I can't just FaceTime you. 856-49-HOPPE.
Guess who is not happy, or at least wasn't yesterday? J-Lo was pissed off.
When is J-Lo not pissed off? She seems like a walking pissed off machine.
Really pissed off. So it starts out with J-Lo trying to go to her gym. What's the name of the fancy gym that she's at again?
It's the Tracy Anderson.
Tracy Anderson gym. Her keypad or
her key card won't work to get into the gym.
Right.
And she's just trying to shake the door. The paparazzi are outside, and then she finally,
So here's the video of her trying to get in, and wait till you hear.
All right, it's a video, so that doesn't really translate here. 856-49-HOPPE. This wouldn't translate either. The singer Monica stops concert to jump off stage to break up a fight in the audience. She's doing what Travis Scott did not. Also, Democrats know very well how to sweep Biden's dilemma under the rug. And this is from Sky News overseas. Yeah, you're not really hearing anything about Hunter Biden from the American media because pretty much they're liberal and they'll kiss Biden's ass, even though he's as much of a scumbag as Donald Trump.
On the subject of narcotics in general, but marijuana in particular. That is the purpose of this.
This following show has been brought to you by DZBZHoney.com. When I tell you that it's the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Go to dzbzhoney.com and use keyword Hoppe. This is also being brought to you by the best hemp lemonade around. I don't know if you noticed this trend, but I only surround myself with the best. So go to ASTROBLEME.com. I got to spell it out because the algorithm will hide it because it's got a little bit of something close to THC in it. You know how they get around with it legally? It's like a Delta 8 drink. And it's the best hemp lemonade. ASTROBLEME.com. Use keyword Hoppe. Save 10%. This has also been brought to you by Mitra 9. Oh my God. Kava And Kratom in the last year has changed my life forever. I don't really drink as much, and I'm enjoying life. Go to mitra-9.com, and I've lost 70 pounds. And go to mitra-9.com and at checkout use keyword Hoppe to save 20%. We're about to promote a few more of my sponsors, but I really want to trip out. What's up, Romeo? I said play, Romeo. Oh my God. This following segment has been brought to you by richkbarber.com, the best barber around. Trip me out, Romeo. Watch this. I'm going to be able to do this because I have this song memorized. Romeo, I work with him in promotions at Beasley Media Group. Right when I hit the button, he's going to go hit the post. The beat's going to drop. 3, 2, 1. Close enough. Let the beat drop. This following segment's been brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts. AmirAcademy.com. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a lot of sponsors. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh my God, you go to AA too? No, show sponsors. And if you want to sponsor the show, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com or just add me on social media. I'll add you back. What else do I have? WestChasePrinting.com, the best printing company. FitSageFitness.net. The best trainer around. I hate this part of the show where I don't remember all my sponsors. Let me see here. Let me go to my website. So professional of me. I've been talking for an hour. Cut me some slack. This is being brought to you by counselingoncall.net. You can work out all you want. You can eat healthy. You can switch from alcohol to kratom all you want. You can get haircuts all you want. You can get whatever you want. But if you don't work on your mental health and listen to this beat drop, then I can't help you. I did it! Yeah. Counselingoncall.net. I talk to my shrink, my psychologist, my therapist. Man, I think I give him riveting content every week. His name is Jay, and he's the man. Counselingoncall.net. Sign up to get a therapist, and when you tell them that you heard about it on Happy Hour, they will hook you up. Oh man, we're about to get out of here. Add me on all social media by searching Ryan Hoppe Radio. But listen, I've never done ecstasy. It's the truth. I never did it when I was 19. But I've actually never done shrooms. But I feel like this song right here is an accurate description. We're going to do that game of watching me hit the post again. I appreciate everybody that's been listening to Happy Hour. It really means a lot, and the beat just dropped. Look at that! I have nothing really else to say because I've run out of things to say because I just did an hour and 4 minutes of content. But Wednesday, Pharaoh, my co-host Pharaoh, you may have seen him around at the clubs in Ybor City doing his thing. He's my new co-host. And he returns on Wednesday. And so do I. Oh yeah, the beat dropped, bitch.